Good evening to my subscribers in the Philippines. Good early morning to my subscribers in America and beyond. Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders, and I want to give a special welcome to my new viewers and subscribers. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I would never take that for granted. I was thinking about something today, and I wanted to know, what causes men who are normal, rational, intelligent, and responsible people in their home countries to come to the Philippines and lose their damn minds? It's a question I've always, wrestled with because it happened to me. I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but I know something happens. I don't know why, but I know something happens. And I don't know if we cast a spell on ourselves, because coming to the Philippines has become an obsession for me. I decided in July of 2008 to come to the Philippines. I didn't have the money, but I didn't care. Every day I dreamed about coming to the Philippines. And finally, April 2009, I was able to come over here. And I spent $7,000 US in 2 months over here. And I can't explain it. I was going through a divorce at the time, and we went to court in July 2009. By that time, I'd been over here twice. And my wife told the judge this is her exact words. She said, "I don't know who he is anymore. Ever since he started going over there to that Philippines," and that's what she said, that Philippines, she said, "I can't reach him. He's different, he's changed, he's not the same anymore." And I was just sitting there thinking like, no, you're not the same. That's why I want to get out of this marriage. I blamed her for it. But hindsight is always 20/20. This woman saw in me what I see in a lot of new guys when they get over here. She saw that change. She saw that impulsive, irrational behavior. And we're in denial, see? Because like I said, I can only see it now looking back. But at that time, you could have never convinced me that I wasn't normal. And we'll come up with all kind of reasons for it. We'll make up all kind of excuses for it. But the reality is, man, we let our imaginations run away with us. And we cast this spell on ourselves. And by the time we get to the Philippines, it has to be this magical kingdom, because that's what we convinced ourselves that it is. So we have to play that out. I tell you what, here's what it kind of reminds me of, the behavior. In 2007, I had won a trip. I was, an independent agent at the time. I had won a trip with this marketing company. I was one of their top agents for the prior year, 2006. For a trip, me and my wife, we hadn't divorced yet, it's 2007. And, several other of their top agents around the country, they awarded us a trip to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. A beautiful place. If you've ever been to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. You fly into Cancun, I guess it's about an hour bus ride from there, It's all taken care of. It's an all-inclusive resort. Matter of fact, we had access to 3 resorts. But we get there, and we're thinking, we change our clothes. We're thinking, we can get out and sightsee and buy some souvenirs. No, they got an itinerary set up, and the first thing is a meeting. I'm like, why would they want a meeting on the first day we just got here? But we get to the meeting, and here's what the meeting's about. They want to tell us about an all-inclusive resort and what it's all about, because they know that many of us have never been to an all-inclusive resort, myself and my wife included. So they warned us. They said, hey, don't overeat, don't overdrink, show some moderation, blah, blah, blah. And that's what the whole meeting was about a 45-minute meeting. And I remember just sitting there thinking, like, these are some of the most responsible people that work for you guys. Why would you want to give us that sort of story? Why would you want to run that down to us? We're responsible. Man, it wasn't 2 hours later, they're packing people back to their hotel rooms. They're drunk. My wife included. My wife really didn't even drink, man. You know why? Because everything was free. All my wife had to do was walk up to the bar and get any drink she wanted to. She wasn't used to that. Same thing with the food, everything. They didn't show any moderation. See, these people have been there before and they saw that irrational behavior, that impulsive behavior. See, we act different when things is free. We show restraint when we have to. But if there's no restraint, if all the chains is loosed and, we set free to do whatever we want, man, we go crazy. And I think that's what happens to us when we get over here to the Philippines. That's what happened to me. Because I've seen some crazy stuff over here, man. I'm talking about men who are normal, rational, intelligent, responsible human beings in their home country. They come over here and become abnormal, irrational, stupid, and careless. The only thing that saves us, most of us, is the Filipino people are so kind. They're so warm. They love us so much. Otherwise, man, we're sitting ducks. And every now and then, one of us is unlucky enough to be a sitting duck. We come over here, man, we give all our money away. We buy all kind of stupid stuff to strangers, we don't even know. People we don't even know. We come all the way around the world, man, and we lose our minds the minute we get off the plane in Manila or Cebu. And you just got to be honest with yourself. Hindsight is 20/20. I can be honest now with myself. My wife saw it. And I see it in the new man when he's over here. You can't reach him. Be like, man, don't do that, man. Don't go there. You spending too much over there. They're not trying to hear it. And by the time they get home, they done shot everything. The head is still spinning. They're wondering what happened. And guess what? The minute everything comes back down, they start casting that spell again for the next time. They let their imaginations run away again. And they build up this place to be this magical kingdom. And when they come over here, they play that out again. And it just repeats itself over and over. Until finally, after, in my case, I'd say it was 10 years when I finally, settled down. But something happens to us, guys. And I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. And I don't know what happens to us. But we blame everything. And we come up with all kinds of excuses. And a lot of times we don't even believe the excuses ourselves. But we have to tell our friends and family something. Because everybody sees it but us. We'll say, oh, it's a midlife crisis. Oh, it's them women over in the West. They don't appreciate us. They take us for granted. We'll say stuff like that. We'll say, oh, I'm sexually frustrated. I can't get what I need over here in the West. And, I just need a break. I need to get away. These kids, I'm wearing so many hats over here. We'll say everything, It's really none of that. We really don't know what it is. Maybe it is, the stresses of day-to-day life, they add up and then they cause an overload and then we snap and go off and do this crazy stuff. But know this, guys, and people who are looking at this video now, if you're honest with yourself, you're probably going to say, man, he's right. But I'm talking to the new man and woman and say, hey, look, you're going to have to gauge your temperature on the way here, leading up to your trip to the Philippines. Calm down, Don't cast a spell on yourself. Don't blame it on these beautiful women over here. Don't blame it on the beautiful weather over here. Don't blame it on the low cost of living over here. Because something happens to us. And I'm gonna tell you what really got me thinking about this. And she bore witness to what I was thinking. One of my subscribers, her name is Heather. I won't tell her last name, and shout out to Heather. On one of my videos, I think it was the Filipino rules, what every Filipino is told once she arrives in your country. But she made a comment under that. She said, surely men don't believe that they can go to the Philippines for 2 weeks and make the decision on who to spend the rest of their lives with. And oh man, the bells went off in my head. I said, this woman has hit it on the nose. But we do it all the time, guys. I see it. In that 2 weeks that we come over here, we get off the plane in Manila, we get off the plane in Cebu, all of a sudden, in 2 weeks, we know this is the one. And we fly back, man, we start that immigration process or whatever it is. We start sending back money and everything. We're sure this is the one. And if that isn't abnormal, if that isn't irrational, if that isn't stupid and careless, then what is? But we convince ourselves, see, because that's what we do. When your imagination runs off with you, and you've made this Philippines out of this magical kingdom, you convince yourself it's a magic kingdom, man. So you got to live that out. You got to play that role. You convince yourself that this is the most wonderful woman I've ever met. You can't lie to yourself. But she hit it on the nose, so we come over. But that's the least of the things we do, man. I've seen guys give away millions and millions of pesos over here to complete strangers. All sorts of stupid stuff, man. I don't even have enough time to tell you. All I know is it happens. I don't know why, but I know that we cast a spell on ourselves. We licking our chops. Right now, you guys, Philippines is closed, the borders are closed. You over there, you're licking your chops. You can't wait to get over here, man. But what you're doing is you're casting a spell on yourself. You're hypnotizing yourself already to come over here and lose. Calm down, guys. You know, get a hold of yourself. Don't let your imagination run off with you. Run away from you, man. Because if you do, you may not have 7,000 like I did at that time. See? I had it then. I don't have it now, but at that time I had it. You know, I've seen people overstay their visas and let their tickets run out. I've seen all kinds of stuff like that, guys. I'm telling you because my content, I'm trying to look out for the new man and woman. See, I come to you from a position, from a place of brotherhood, of support, to say, hey, look, guys, I done been through everything that I'm talking about. My mistakes have become my secrets, and I use them. I pass them on to you, so you don't have to go through what I went through. I want to be your handbook. And one of the things that's in that handbook is if you don't watch out when you get off that plane, you're going to go crazy like the rest of us, like most of us do. We lose our damn minds. We're normal, rational, intelligent, responsible human beings in our home countries. But the minute we arrive in the Philippines, all hell breaks loose. We don't know up from down. We shoot our load. Everything's gone in 2 weeks. We go back home, head spinning. We don't know what happened. We calm down, and then we start the process all over again. So before you get over here, gauge your temperature. Calm down. It's a beautiful place over here, but you know, you've made it out to be more than it is. You've made her out to be more than she is. Get a hold on yourself. Some self-control. Practice that before you get here, because if you don't, man, you're going to be just like the rest of us. Some of us never make it back. You got guys, they'll say this, oh, I can handle that Filipino with one hand tied behind my back. Yeah? And guess what? Then they're going to put that other hand behind your back when they put you in that straitjacket or those handcuffs. Because that's usually what happens when you get over here, thinking you know this place, thinking, you know, oh, it's that little bitty third world country, Philippines, I can handle it. No, 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 no. They'll ship you back in a body bag, or handcuffs, or a straitjacket. It's your choice. So thanks for stopping by tonight. I really appreciate it. If you're in America, it's early. You're still in the bed, so I'm going to talk to your subconscious mind. When you get up, you go out and get that cup of coffee, you go out, get that morning newspaper, and you see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, you can see it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. It's very important that we help somebody today. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free, and I'll see you next time.